Okay, beautiful people. We're back and in full effect. Oh my goodness, these sessions are going. Man, I have Nazuri with me today. Naz, what's going on?
Nothing. What's going on, people?
Hey man, this is an exciting time. I didn't know you was growing your hair out, man. You look like you was about to try to get a fro.
Everything is growing.
Define the odds.
Everything is growing.
I see that, man. I see that. No, so listen, Naz, we're doing a Digi-thon. This is 12 hours of talk that is focusing around helping kids in the Bahamas. You were in the Bahamas.
Yes.
How did you enjoy yourself in the Bahamas?
God lives in the Bahamas. Beautiful land, beautiful country, beautiful people, but they love the Lord. Oh my goodness, they love God. And any other thing I would love to do is to go back and meet those kids and those people. Man, what a blessing. I was blessed to be there. 2019, we had a great 1 week of ministry there. And man, if anyone, probably this 1 or 2 years are over, they need to join you in doing that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. Listen, tell our viewing audience about Nazuri. Tell them a little bit about where you're from and some of the stuff you're about.
Yeah, we are right here, Children's Missions International. We are doing children's ministry across the world, but mostly focusing back on Africa. And our mission trips for this year and last year were cut down because of the pandemic. But hey, this is what we do, ministering to young people every single day through curriculums, through teaching, education, anything we do. It's just children. But more so now, adults, parents, teachers, and all influencers, everyone doing anything that impacts the life of a young person. That's where we are focusing right now.
Nice. So Naz, the pandemic last year disrupted, everything. Everything got totally just thrown off. And there are a lot of people who just got depressed and frustrated. I know a couple of years ago, you and I, we did the marathon, the half marathon. The importance of taking care of your body. In your opinion, how important is it? And how much of a difference was it for you when you were training and getting outside and so forth?
It is something that deals with your body, but it does say a lot about other things in life.
Yep.
I learned a great lesson running a marathon that I've never learned in my whole life. I learned so much that, hey, listen, life is really running a marathon from beginning to end. And whatever happened from the start line to the finish line is what life is. I started out with you on the same line. And in life, we all start out the same. We get born, maybe 1 million kids get born on the same day, but they do not all finish on the same day.
Yes, that's right. That is so good.
I started out with you, but as life went on, you were ahead, I was ahead, you on the side, I was on the side. But it's very important through this season of the pandemic, you get out of the house and do what you... I'm excited. I'm going to be there next Saturday with my gadgets down here. So I will coming. I'm bringing Alex right here and his sister. We're all coming.
Yes. So Nas, I remember running the marathon. I remember I had to say, "Listen, Nas, you can go, man, because we're not the same age, man. I'm not trying to run with you." As a matter of fact, one of my signature statement about running came about with when I was running with you, and that was, "I'm not competing, I'm completing."
I'm completing. Right.
But when we were doing the run, what were some of the things that you had to be paying attention to from the attire, from things that you had to do to finish that run?
I paid attention to so many things. At the beginning, everyone was dressed up, jackets, headgear, gloves, and also as the race went on, I found these things on the way. Someone gets 2 miles and drops off the gloves, 3 miles drops off the gear, 5 miles drops off. Like, preparation is very important, but how prepared are you? Along the way, you find yourself, I don't need this jacket. I'm getting hot. And you keep running. It's 10 miles. I'm 5 miles in. I can't hold it for the next 5 miles. What do? Just throw it on the road. At the beginning, you kept your jacket before we started the race. Preparation for anything, especially something like this, but life, as we start off preparing what we think we need and what we end up realizing we don't need, is very, very different. The people we started with, as the dress goes on, we are at a very different level. At the beginning, someone is looking at you like, "This, bro, get me off, get on me." You meet them 10 miles away, they're just giving you, they're waving at you. It's not a competition. We are completing life. So you might see someone and think of them in any way, but 5 years, 10, 20 years through life, we realize, hey, listen, it wasn't about competing with anyone. This is life. As we go on, you're running your 5, I'm running my 10. Everybody's running their race.
Everybody's running their race. I like that. Everybody's running their race. Now we're preparing for the 5K. If you're watching right now, our challenge is every video, every live we do, we want 2 persons to help us sponsor these cases of shoes to get to the Bahamas. It's $30 per person if we're asking. If we get 24 people to sponsor, that's $719.95.
You said 24 people?
24 people. Okay,
$30.
$30. That's like $720.
$720. Yes.
But our bill is $719.95. And so our goal is by the end of the day, which is we're gonna ship them shoes off, man, and we're gonna have kids in the Bahamas. Now there are people now who don't know that there are a lot of kids who ain't got no shoes.
A lot of kids.
Ain't got no shoes. And the reality of it is, we get familiar with how we're living now, and we forget that there was a time we may have not had any shoes. There was a time I can remember in the Bahamas, I glued my shoes so much it started to foam with the glue around it. You don't know anything about that.
No, my experience is different. When we put on our shoes, you put it on for so long that one side gets finished before the other one. So the shoe was like this and it came like this, because that's all you put on every single day. Now you're even lucky to have a shoe. Some of us growing up didn't put on shoes until I was about 5 or 6 years old.
Wow.
So that's very true. Very, very true.
And the reality, this is what I was saying. I was saying this as well. The reality is there's some people who shoes is for going out. Shoes is not just for shoes. It's for if you go to church, you go to school. Come on, talk to us now. Give us some experience. I'm from the Bahamas. You from Uganda. Tell us. Let's do some cultural experiences.
Yeah, shoe was for Sunday at church. Shoe was for going to school. Shoe was for a function. You come back home, you put it off. you don't put on that shoe at home. So the shoe was meant for a special function. That is if you had one, because not everyone had a shoe. So it was very common to find kids with no shoes. But if you had one pair like this, you only keep it for Sunday You only keep it for going to school, or you only keep it if you're going at a big function. And that still happens to most of our kids back home. So it's not something that it doesn't happen anymore. It still happens to most kids. It's still going on.
It's still going on. And do you agree that we can become so accustomed to now having that we forget that there are still a lot of people who have limited means? We're doing this effective living platform with the goal of helping people in 5 areas: faith, finance, family, fitness, and fun. Those are our top 5. When you start bringing those together, we call it effective living. When your money ain't funny, come on. When your health is on point, you know what I'm saying? When your family is together, when your faith in God is solid, when you're enjoying life on the weekend and the evening times, you're living a life. There is a lot of people who are not experiencing that stuff. And in our case, we're giving attention to the children. Children without shoes around the world are in large numbers.
So many,
Now, the need for those who are blessed to do something for those who are less fortunate. Talk to us about it, because generosity is a critical element for survival for the human being, because everybody won't be strong the same in time. So I think it's important that as I'm blessed, I be a blessing. And so for those of you that are watching, I'm leaving for 2 of you to help us during this time while Nas is on, to say, you know what, I'm going to sponsor 2 people because I want to get these shoes to kids in the Bahamas. What do you think about that, Nas?
Yes. So this is what I teach, Pastor Ricardo. I teach that when God helps you out of any situation, he goes back to help someone else. But he asks you, hey, I got you out of the pit and I put you on top. I am going back to pull someone else. Are you going to go back with me to get 2 more people?
Wow.
I teach that element. Say God is standing on top of a pit, looking down, all of us down, and say, hey, Ricardo, come out. He pulls you out, he puts you on top, then he goes back to bring someone else. Now you can stand right there and look at him doing it, or you can walk away, or you can say, you know what, God, I'll dip my hand in and pull another person out. And he's like, oh yeah, brother, you're doing that? All right, man, let's go. So that's the business of salvation. He is helping people. And once he puts you out, you have the greatest opportunity before you walk away to put your hand back in and pull someone else out. And that's what exactly this is, that we think there's no problems in the world. We are so accustomed to what we have. You think the whole world has internet. You think everybody has a computer. You think, no, it's not true. Some people still are in need of basic necessities that we take care for granted.
Wow. There are a lot of people in need of basic necessities. That is so real. Now, as you were talking about when the shoe was leaning, I remember going to school and when my shoe was leaning to the point where you could start seeing the socks. It was just rubbing. But let me tell you something. I was proud about my shoes because that was my plot in life. As far as I'm concerned, I had some shoes on. And I talked about during a live talk earlier, I can remember running and my shoes, the bottom flipped open and almost tripped me and busted my face. The bottom just opened up. The bottom opened up. It's real, people. This is real. Now, the reality of it is, man, our body is the vehicle that we're going to use to fulfill our assignment. Jim Rohn says this: take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Talk to our audience about the importance of taking care of this body. Because, a lot of people neglect maintaining it until we're asked to see a doctor who says we're in crisis mode now.
Take care of your body. Not only is it the place you have to live in, but it will take care of you. Take care of your body. It will take care of you. One of the most amazing people is the former president of this country. That brother is 75. But he is still like a 50-year-old.
Yes.
His body is allowing him to do things that most 75-year-olds may not be able to do.
Yes.
I just admire that about him. When you see him talk and walk, he's about to be 80. People going to the nursing home at 80.
Right. And he's talking about running again.
He's talking about running again. So yes, we say that all the time. Your body is the only place you're going to live in, and it will take care of you. Now, there are so many other things that will not happen if this body doesn't help the brain circulate and the blood flow. Yep. You think better, you work better when your blood has been pumping as you work out. Any form of workout, the body helps you to be able to think well, to sit down. If I'm doing something and then I can't think, I'll go out for a 2-mile run, come back in, take a shower, and man, my body is so different. But that's this body. I mean, people a long time ago used to die of diseases they didn't know. We can't let that happen now. The doctors are telling you, hey, how much time are you working out during the week? The doctor will ask you that. What are you doing to keep your body healthy? So this is no longer an excuse that we can't go keep our bodies fit. That's how we got into a marathon. That's how we
Talk about the training. I mean, because a lot of people think doing the 26 plus miles is the thing, but you have to do several 10, 12, 14, 16. Come on, talk to us about
that. That's an experience everyone should go through by themselves. You can't explain it. But I remember waking up at 5 to go run for 20 miles. That's the final week of the practice. I'm like, what am I doing this? The preparation is very intense. Very, very. But it starts with 1 mile though. Running a mile, run 2 miles, run 3 miles, run 4 miles. The body, it's so amazing how many things this body can do if the mind can tell it to do it.
Wow.
So at a marathon, you think your body can do it, but actually they tell you it's the brain that will keep telling the body what to do.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about mind development. There are a lot of people who just don't get it right when it comes to just principles in general. But, you know, what you don't know could be killing you. It could be hurting you, could literally destroy you. And so there is this important element of I need to discover what I need to know so that I can win. How important is the renewing of the mind? And talk about some of the process that's necessary for winning.
So this is what I learned, that the mind of a millionaire or a billionaire is the same mind that a marathon runner has.
Wow.
Their two brains are functioning at the same level. Because after running 20 miles, you can literally die if you can. You can die. But the brain has to be so strong. It's about mental strength. After 20 miles is how much can your brain take? Not the body anymore. How much can your brain take? So this is what they said. People who are so accustomed to so much success, it's the same mental strength it takes for them to succeed. So I've learned one thing, Pastor Ricardo. Everything wrong with me is right here.
Right here. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, Nas, you're going to finish that right now. Listen, Naisuri is in the house. Everything wrong with me is right
here.
And if I can get my mind right, I can get my life right. But the problem is most people aren't putting in the work to get their minds right. Talk to us about this mind development, Nas.
This guy also saying most people that make bad decisions have a problem with where their emotions come from in the brain. So they studied the place that helps us make decisions involves our emotions, and most people that make bad decisions have a problem on their mind of the part of the brain that has the emotions part. So if that part of your brain, listen, I have a friend, he has 2 kids. The school told him one of your kids has a certain condition that will require them to go to go to an extra class so that they can learn better. He calls me and he says, Naz, when we was growing up, who found out that we had such problem? Maybe we were failing in class, maybe we were not doing good, but maybe we had the same condition and no one was able to help us find out that why was I not doing well in class? Why was I not getting an A? Why was I only getting F? Maybe they found it's called dyslexia, something like that.
Dyslexia. Yeah.
They said this kid has these conditions, but he's good, but we'll put him in extra. Now, he didn't know that. The kid comes home, does homework, writes, does really, really well.
Yeah.
But when we were growing up, who could have helped us find out something like that?
No, you're correct. The reality of it is that's how I struggled. That's how come when I was in school, I just thought I was the dumb kid. Didn't know that I learned differently. And there were kids who were failing not because they couldn't learn it, because they couldn't see the board. Nobody knew, hey, why can't you spell the word? I can't see the word. You know what I mean? These people
but you have no idea what it means to educate your mind, Pastor Ricardo.
Yep.
So I mean, you come back home and you get beat up because you can't spell the word, but the truth is that you can't see it. Oh, brother. Lord help me with my mind.
I was there, okay? I got whooping. I got so much whooping, man. Listen, you're just dumb. You're just dumb, and you're slow, and it was hard, ladies and gentlemen. It was hard on me. The reality of it is, we live in a world now where they have studies out, and they can tell you, okay, let's test this child, or we can discover he needs glasses, he suffers from dyslexia or ADHD. That doesn't mean he won't be successful. It
doesn't mean at all.
She can't thrive in life. It simply means she's different. He's different.
He's different.
And the way you teach him or her, you cannot do it like you do it in the full classroom.
No, you can't. Very different. So everything we have to do for the last 30 years, whatever I have taught myself, needs to be untaught, unlearned, learn something new. But it's not easy to take out things from your brain that you put in for 30 years.
Yeah.
If for 30 years they've been telling me I am dumb in class, I can't take that out in a day.
No.
But the only way I can be able to succeed is by changing this mind of mine. Like, no, I wasn't dumb. I was just different. And be able to learn, so I can get help. You mean there's help for people who are different? You mean there's help for this? And that's, I mean, we can't straight away jump in, but so few things that we start with, just exposing ourselves to books, exposing ourselves to teachings, exposing ourselves to any kind of information. There's now so much information about everything that you'll be, I don't want to say condemned, you'll be judged for not knowing in this season. Like, hey, everything is out there. How come you do not know? Now, our challenge is finding the right information. Now, you've been teaching something later that say, how about applying what we learn?
Because it's one thing. There are a lot of people who have, watch this, like you and I, both of you and I, if I went back to school today, I would be the smartest kid in the class.
Very smart.
My love for learning is off the charts. I love learning because I found out how I learned.
I didn't want to be in school. I grew up being beaten. I grew up cramming, and I didn't want to go to school. But now I can appreciate education.
I can appreciate
information. Yes.
Right. So, but here's the deal. But because we now discover, okay, how to learn, the question is how to go to the next level, which is now the goal is I now know what I didn't know, but how can I benefit from what I'm knowing by executing? So there are a lot of people now who now check out.
Oh yeah,
they feel good because they now know.
They know.
They know what they ain't doing. So here's the deal. It's the person, the doctors say exercise. We are encouraged to go outside, get sunlight. We're encouraged to drink water. Right? Well, you and I, we're drinking our water, right?
Oh, brother.
I got my water, man. Here's the deal. Oh, watch this. There will be people who say, I know what they're saying. The question,
I know what they're saying.
Are you doing it?
Are you doing it? Yeah, that's why it's things like 5Ks and Saturdays. I mean, this week, you got to come out. You got to come out, walk, exercise. But It's the environment.
Yeah.
I never grew up joining a group of people taking a walk. Whoa. If I found you walking for 3 miles, I'd be like, there's something wrong with these brothers.
Yes.
But the environment, how the people that are going to be there, the conversations that are going to be around, the exposure, like, oh, you mean all these people are out here exercising and walking and running? The environment we put ourselves in, it really, really, really just changes everything about us. So I can't miss such an event. I gotta be there.
Listen, we're not gonna be there. Let's talk about this. You mentioned this, guys. If you can, go ahead, put in the comment section. You're gonna be one of the 30, the 24 people that give $30. All we're asking for is 24 of our friends to give $30, and we'll be able to get these shoes to the Bahamas. Okay. And you can sponsor someone for the upcoming 5K run walk. But Nas, let's go into this. You mentioned something. You spent 30 years getting a mindset only to discover it was the wrong mindset. Now you want to unlearn what you should have never learned. But it's going to take some time because it took time for that bad idea, for that wrong teaching, for that cultural practice, for that limited truth to be ingrained in your head. And so there are some people, they are in the fight of their life because it's not that they don't know better, it's that they've been conditioned to do wrong so much. So now as you've driven with me, we've traveled and all that stuff together. You saw how much I listened to those audio tapes. What was I doing? I'm 45 years old. I was knocking that stuff out there, man. I'm trying to get another mind. I'm trying to renew my mind. Talk to us.
Changing your mind. If everything that has been sitting in here in the brain it becomes dense. It becomes dense. To take it away, man, I don't know. Maybe you're going to wash it slowly. Maybe you're going to clean it up. You're going to change. You might hear a truth, but the negative you've learned over 30 years is so much that the truth will be fallen out.
It's like planting a seed planting seed on rocky ground.
I knew how to go and talk to someone to be paid better for something you do. But in front of that person, I freaked out and I asked for a small amount of money because when I faced him, culture came in. What I've grown up doing, respect, adult, elders, all that came in, and I moved from my $30 to $15 because I had known the truth. I had just read it, but you see, it came in a day. And for the last 30 years, I've been learning, no, you take what you've been given, you become grateful. And if someone gives you something, you say thank you. Whether it is a bad deal, you just
even if you know you're being taken advantage of.
You'll be taken advantage of. You say, you better be grateful for what the Lord has given you. So knowing is one thing, but then applying what we've known. Listen, I used to listen to a book once or twice, but now I'm like, no, I need to listen to this chapter 5 times. I need this to see it in 5 times. Then my next level is to practice the words that I'm listening. Okay, if someone comes and tells me, hey, that is fair, I'm like, okay, if it is fair, let me see your side of the books to know that it is fair. So I had listened to that, but now to practice it in a real conversation is the next step.
You know, Nas, over the years, I found myself working with a lot of people who misjudge confidence. You become developed enough to be able to express yourself in a healthy way, and then you're called arrogant.
Oh yeah, people will call confidence arrogance.
Easily, because they have not developed a healthy dose of confidence with the proper understanding on how to assess a situation. It's the same thing when someone says that's a dumb child or a dumb boy, Well, no. The reality of it is, you may be asking a fish to climb a tree.
Climb a tree, yeah.
And if you ask a fish to climb a tree, a fish is going to look stupid because a fish don't climb trees. To judge me in comparison to my brother is to make me a less of a man.
Less of a man.
If you judge me according to me, I'm a brilliant guy.
Yes, yes.
And so let's talk about what you have learned in the coming out of that place where you could remember I didn't have shoes, to the point where I had shoes that were busted, but I still wore that shoes, to the point where I had a couple of shoes to where now if I want to buy any shoes, I could, and still have a healthy mind where someone can now look at you and says, I think you're becoming a little bit much.
Now, the struggle with that, so still is, even if now I know, my next struggle is, can I say this?
Yep.
Can I, when you meet someone, especially from where we come from, you're about to say something. The other struggle is, you better not say that in front of that person.
Yep.
Why? If you get to a level and discover, man, I've been being taken advantage of for a long time. Now I am out of that. It is a decision that has to finally come and say, okay, I am going to say this regardless. Most of the times, someone might call you arrogant, but the truth is, when they discover that you're doing well and succeeding, if they're smart, they will ask you, how did you do that? So to take the step and be confident, say, you know what? No. I am going to say A, B, C, because now I have learned the truth. Now this person is going to call me arrogant. This person will say, well, brother, you're becoming too much. You're getting out of your head. You're getting ahead of yourself. Watch out. But it is my life. Guess what? At the end of the running, I discovered that everyone crossed the line at different times, different levels, different. Some people didn't even cross the line. Some people walked out of the line. So as we are starting, we have this big bunch of people, and you think so and so thinking about me. What is he going to say? What is she going to say? But listen, as that life goes on, 10, 20, 15 miles in, hey, you look behind and someone is not anywhere to be seen. So it is my life for me to embrace that confidence. No, I cannot be taken advantage of anymore, because that brother, he will appreciate me 5 years later if they discover, well, you've been consistent, brother Ricardo. You've been doing this for a while. What makes you so different? Oh, you remember when we met 10 years ago? You thought I was arrogant. No, I was helping myself. So the consistency of you saying, no, it's not arrogant. It's understanding what truth is and moving on with it. It's what's going to help us.
You know, Nas, I told my son, I say, you're Ricardo Miller as well. And I want you to remember this about Ricardo Millers. We're Millers. And that I said, we don't start well. We finish strong. We finish well. We may not start well, but we finish well. We improve over time. Getting better with age is a part of our mantra. That's a part of our DNA. That's what I told him. So I said, listen, never feel bad for having showed up initially in a 5K, in a 10K, in a half marathon, and you just walking at the beginning. And they're like, come on. No, I'm cool. I'm coming, because you understand this is the race is not for the swift, neither the battle for the strong, but no, not endure it to the end.
To the end, yeah.
So Nas, you've been watching me for a while. There has never been a time you've not come around me and I have not been telling you about a book. Now you can tell me about a book, right? So what is that? Over time, consistently chipping away at that old mindset, that old ways. And so now you're changing and you're becoming, I believe, one of the big mistakes our society does. We learn it in school. If I can only do well in school, I think I'll do well in life. That's not true.
It's not true at all.
To believe that doing well in school will equal out as doing well in life, we live long enough and you realize that is not the truth.
No, not
to be a lifelong learner. Let me say that again. You have to be a lifelong learner. Go ahead now.
There's a difference between education and getting a degree. Those two are very, very different. You can get a degree, but you're not educated still. Now, there's so many people who don't have degrees, but they've educated themselves. Getting a degree is different from I can be educated about money. So, man, I know how money works. I don't have a degree in money, but I have educated myself about money. Now, you can go to school and have a degree, but you're not educated on the concept and the principles of money. So it's a big lie that we have to get away from. Actually, even helping kids, it's good to go to school. There's so many benefits of going to school, learning how to work with people, work in teams, organize yourself. But school is meant to help us find our place. Like, I am really interested in this. Then go educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Educating yourself.
Because no one can educate you, because you need to find 5-6 different people to educate you. You need 10 people to learn from. School doesn't do that. One person is telling you the books to read. That's another area. But school is meant to help us find a way, help a child find a way. Teachers are supposed to help us find a way. And that's what school should be doing. After getting a degree, we shouldn't be telling kids that now you're ready for success. No. After getting a degree, we should be telling kids, now, have you found your niche? Have you found your area? Now start educating yourself. The earlier, the better. So a kid who has learned to play golf from the age of 10, by the time they're 25, they're the best golfers. Now, if you start at 25, you're not going to be the same as him. That kid doesn't need a degree, but he is educating. One of the best examples, Pastor Ricardo, is a man that plays basketball called LeBron James. He's becoming a millionaire, a billionaire. He's about to become a big money on. He knows how to manage money. No college degree, but he is very educated on managing money. That most people probably who manages money have degrees. So education is not the same as getting a degree from school. Those two are very different.
Those two are very different, ladies and gentlemen. What you got to understand now, then, you got to make a commitment. You got to make a commitment to be the expression of the truth you discover. You have to be the expression. In other words, don't tell me I know all that, but can't show me the fruit of all that. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said you will know them by their fruit. So watch this. You know who are some of the most depressed people? It is the ones who teach the lesson but don't have the results. It is the professor in the classroom who can tell you, here's how you make $1 billion. But they got bad credit because their money is funny. People, here's the deal, Nas. When I do effective living is nothing with just information. The people who pick up my book, only to read it and say, man, this was a good read, missed it. They missed it. The goal was never to read the book for a good read. The goal was to read the book. Every book you read should give you a nugget, a principle, a thought. Reprogram what should have never been in there and give you an understanding that makes you a better person. When they say readers are leaders, that's not just to read, that is to be transformed. That is to bring to life. Watch this. The challenge is with most of the billionaires who drop out of college or university, when the light bulb turned on, they say, I don't need that guy in the front of me.
I don't need him anymore.
The light bulb turned on, I don't need him no more. And from that point on, they start self-teaching themselves, like you said, they become self-educated, and they start pushing towards the result and getting the information that will help produce the result, and getting the information to produce the result. That's what effective living, the book, is about. Our goal is to help people. This 5K walk is fast approaching. Some people know they need to be out here, but they're not coming because they're lazy. Now, what the book teaches, see a man diligent in his business, he'll stand before
kings.
That same book says, a little slumber, a little sleep, a little folding of the hand, and poverty will come upon you. So it talks to the poor, lazy man, and it talks to the diligent man. It also says, Nas, there are people who are generous. The Lord loves a cheerful giver. You're hearing us talk about giving kids shoes. There are people who's like, oh man, that's a pretty neat idea. But $30, guess what? You want someone else to do it when you're capable of doing it. Why not you step up and say, you know what, Ricardo, I want to help you guys get the shoes to the Bahamas because I could. You know what, Ricardo, I want to go out there and be a part of the walk because I could, because all of this is necessary for effective living. Talk to us, Nas.
Yes, the giving part, man, guys, if you're listening, if you're watching this show, wherever you are, we have a big following back home, people watching over here from all over the world, people watching us from the Caribbean, but more so, most of our friends here in Dallas, Texas. I want to call you out, guys. Come on next Saturday. We will start at 8 in the morning. We're going to be at a park in Arlington. Please make sure you get it in Arlington. Come support a worthy cause. Listen, you have no idea how much a kid grabbing a shoe and saying, man, someone over there did this for me. It's just a blessing. It is more blessed to give than to receive. You might think by getting something you're happy, but honestly, when you give something to someone, you are more happier, because how do we measure happiness? It is in the heart, the satisfaction of like, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so. Hey guys, calling you all out. Listen, if you can comment on here, $30, guys, $30. But someone can just pop in and say 720. Pastor Ricardo, call me. And here, this is so amazing. And these boxes will be able to be shipped. The Bahamas not far away, guys.
It's not like Uganda.
No, it's not Uganda.
I remember you came by me. We packed your car up with boxes of shoes. And you like, this is going to be a blessing to the village.
And we still have them. I am planning next year. We still have to take them. But that box will cost about $200, just one of them. Here, we need $720 to take all of this. So, guys, this is really something you all can chip in. And I would love to see you there on Saturday. Listen, Pastor, the registration does it have a payment?
Yep. You mean the payment?
Support.
Yep. It's $30, and they can go to the website ricardomiller.com, and they can. And here's the deal: they get a great shirt. Nas, make sure we don't know what size shirt you wear now.
I am putting on a medium.
Nas,
I'm not doing small anymore.
Nas, you're not doing a small anymore.
I'm not doing small anymore. I'm doing a medium. I need to register right now, right after this show. I need to put in my name and my medium shot. Listen, guys, come on and join us, please. Come on and join us.
Listen, man. Thank you, Nazuri. I'm looking forward to seeing you out there at the run. We got people coming from all over that's going to join us. It's going to be a great day, guys. And we're getting a chance to do something really cool. Once again, we're going to give kids shoes, okay? Our Shoes for Kids program is going to allow hundreds of kids to get shoes free of charge.
Wow.
You're going to help make that happen. And so be a part of helping to make a difference in the life of a child. The reality of it is, here's the deal. You've been blessed to be a blessing. Nas,
blessed.
Until next time, we'll join up on Saturday at the park. Bring your running shoes.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing my shoes. I'm bringing some of my friends. We are going to be there. Yasin, if you're watching, you're going to be there on Saturday. I told you already.
Yes. Yasin needs to be there. Nas, thanks a million, man. See you later.
Thank you so much. See you later. Bye-bye.
Blessings. Bye-bye.